Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Inktober day 11 and today's prompt was disgusting. So I filmed this video a few days ago, I believe, and I'm just now getting to the voiceover, so sorry about that because I did have plans to originally upload it on the 12th, day after 11, but I just didn't get around to it just because I was super busy. But for today's prompt, I decided to do something simple, but something that I thought would really kind of capture like the essence of like the prompt today. So I went with like these slightly deformed looking like toenails and stuff on a person's foot, with some of them being super long, others being like short and chipped, and little like strands of like hair just like sticking out. And then of course the smell lines to indicate basically the feet stink. So when I originally did this, I sketched it out and then I went over it with my micron pens, and then afterwards I realized I felt like I could push it a little bit more, and I felt like it was a little bit, I guess, bland for lack of a better word. So I took a photo of it and I sent it to Photoshop, and in Photoshop I added some finishing touches to it that I feel like really kind of made it look even more interesting, which I'm also going to include at the end. I didn't film the actual process of me going into Photoshop and doing the little edits and stuff, but I did just kind of film a short little like 40-second clip of all the different layers that I had, so you guys can kind of see like the final product. And I definitely think this was one of my favorite drawings I think I've done for Inktober so far. So I was really happy with like the end result once I was finished. And I know in the previous video I mentioned trying to get down a new schedule for Inktober, and unfortunately I'm very behind at this point, so I'm trying to just like, I guess, reassess whether or not I want to continue, if I have the time to continue, because I thought about maybe just doing one Inktober video and drawing for each week and just kind of finish the October month like that. Or do I want to try to do 2 each week? And how I'm still trying to figure out how I would decide which one. Like, would it be the one that I found the most interesting? Would it be on a specific day that I want to kind of stick with? So there's a lot of little things that I'm still trying to figure out as far as that goes. So I kind of like every video I feel like I say something different, but I'm still just in the process of figuring out the best schedule in terms of like how much time I actually have to dedicate towards this. And I was also thinking on a separate note what I wanted to do for Instagram, because originally what I wanted to do was make the art for each day and record the video and post the art for whatever day it's for. So like if it's for the 11th, post it on October 11th, but the video for day 11 wouldn't come out till 12. So that's originally how I had planned to do it, but I still just did not have enough time to dedicate towards it, because not only do I have to do, of course, the drawings, the inking process, and then posting it to Instagram, but I also have to edit the video, and it just kind of, overall it's a long process and it takes a little bit more time than I have to dedicate to it. But I still want to do Inktober, so at this point I'm leaning more towards doing 1 to 2 Inktober theme videos each week for the channel. And then, as I said in the previous video, thinking about some other ideas for some October themed illustrations that I can do to kind of fill in the gap. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on in terms of scheduling and what I'm thinking about doing for the rest of Inktober. And thinking about some other types of content type videos, like some vlogs potentially, and like what would I vlog. So those are some other things. And I also have like a bunch of videos that I've already pre-recorded that I'm just kind of like sitting on right now and just kind of waiting for the right time to edit and post them. And I had a few videos that I was actually previously planning on putting out, but because of Inktober and how much time it's taking, I kind of pumped the brakes on that and decided I'm probably going to release some of those videos in November. And then I was thinking about what do I want to do for December as well. So just a lot of future thoughts in terms of type of videos that I want to be posting. That's pretty much what's going on channel wise and Inktober wise. But yeah, this one was actually very simple in terms of like sketched it out, and like I said earlier, I went over it with the micron pen, excuse me. And I have kind of like 3 micron pens that I alternate between, and I have a few other micron pens as well, and another brand that I can't think of the name right now, but yeah, I just kind of stick with those 3. Actually, no, I think I'm using, what is that one called? I can't see the name because I'm blocking it. So, but I don't know if it's like Sigma or Pigma. It's something like that. Or Sakura pen. I'm gonna have to look up the name or something. Maybe put it in the description. But I guess I'm using that one. I think I was looking for like pen that had more of a thicker brush ending. So I went with that one. But later on, once you see kind of what I did for the Photoshop process, you'll see kind of how I like added a little bit more to the waves, the lines. But yeah, also too, I'm kind of like disappointed, but today is what is today's date? Today is the freaking 15th, and I think day 11 was like the last like art that I drew for Inktober, and also like posted and had the video obviously already ready to go, like recorded wise. So now I'm just like, I'm like a couple days behind now again. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, not again. Because I originally, like I said, had kind of started thinking about a schedule, but then that kind of fell through. So it was just like, well, damn. Well, yeah. So now right now, I don't know if I should just try to do something for today, or if I should just kind of like leave the rest of this week alone, and then just like next week start kind of fresh and look over the remaining prompts and see which ones I want to do for next week. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll do it that way. But yeah, and I'm like getting some other ideas as far as other types of videos. And I'm also currently in one of my classes, I'm working on a 8-page comic book. So I've been thinking, because like this is my first time ever really doing a comic book, so I'm thinking about whether or not it'd be interesting to record some of the process of me like working on it. Like I've already started it, unfortunately, so I can't go back and show like step by step from beginning to end, which I'm a little disappointed about. But I'm thinking like I still have like a lot of stuff that I'm working on, so I figured I could do like a short video, I guess, discussing like how I started the project and where I am currently right now, and then maybe also sharing some footage of me actually in the inking and coloring phase of the comic. But I think that'd be like a very like interesting video. And I'm also planning on sometime in the future working on some other comics outside of school. But I know in my comics class right now I do have some more comic projects, so maybe now that I'm thinking about it, I can record some of those and get an actual step-by-step process, which I think would be interesting. And also too, with this piece, I think I was going back and forth with whether or not I wanted to just keep it strictly with the pens, or if I wanted to do a combination of the pens and the ink. And I figured just kind of, because I'm including like a little bit of the legs in there as well, I was like, I want to have like a set like layer of ink on the legs and the feet, just so that it's just not like white or whatever, and you just see like the black line work. Like I wanted to have some depth to it, so I did go over it a couple of times with various values, just to kind of create that depth, so it's just not flat looking. Okay, so now we're going to second part of this video, which is kind of the different layers that I have going on in Photoshop. When I bring it to Photoshop, I desaturated it just because I liked lighting wise how that looked. And now I'm just kind of like clicking through to show you the different steps. I added this kind of like black looking like liquid, I guess it's like supposed to be coming from the feet. Added a few more lines to indicate how it's smelly, what you're seeing, and then of course like some like little highlights and stuff like that.